Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, January 19th, 2024. Welcome to another eBay video. Today I'm going to be discussing the eBay return system from the point of view as a buyer, and I'm also going to give you some updates on some situations that have been ongoing for a while on eBay. And I think you're going to really enjoy the video because it's going to be hopefully loaded with information you need and find intuitive. So that being said, let's get started. I'm doing this week's video inside. Does anybody want to guess why? It's 23 degrees, cloudy with light snow. Actually, that's not bad because originally they said we would have snow by daybreak today, meaning like 6 a.m. The light snow did not start till approximately 10 a.m. and they backpedaled quite a bit, saying that it's not going to be such a bad storm like they predicted. With the money they make in meteorology, I really think they could do a lot better job. But anyway, let's get right into the eBay topics. Before we get started with the main topic, I want to bring you up to date on something that's going to make you shake your head in disbelief. Do you remember last week's video where I showed you two screenshots of ridiculous questions buyers asked me? One of them, I had listed some, I believe they were 83 to 87 Toyota Tercel center hubs for the 13-inch steel wheel. And a buyer wrote to me and said he had a 2003 Toyota Echo with 14-inch wheels and wanted to know if they'd fit. I showed you the screenshot. You saw it yourself. I told him no, and I even asked him why he would even think that something from an 83 Tercel would fit a 2003 Echo. What I did not do, and I guess this is going to be on me, I did not block him. He went ahead and bought them anyway, after I told him not to. He is located in Guam. G-U-A-M. Guam. So, I went ahead and I sent them out to him. I'll have to update you on what happens there. They don't fit that car. No. This has been an ongoing problem with eBay Motors. People ask me a question, will this fit? I tell them no, and they buy it anyway. On what world is this acceptable? I had a guy the other day message me on a single Cadillac hub I'm selling, and he says to me, do you think this will fit my 86 Fleetwood Brougham? So I said to him, does it look like the other three you have on the wheel right now? And he responded, well, no, I don't have any, but I bought 3 of these from another seller. I guess I'm just going to have to wait till they get here to see if they fit. Crazy, but true. Thankfully, I'm not that other seller that sold them the 3. Let that guy worry about it. So yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I don't know why people ask me questions when they don't want to take my advice. I know what fits. I know what doesn't fit. Sometimes people actually ask me questions about items from other sellers, which really bums me out. But what I'd like to give you an update on, guys, is the eBay return system and the crazy experience I had with a bad buyer who committed four egregious actions. Those actions being in the correct order. Number 1, he purchased an item from me for a use it was not intended for, and he broke the item. Number 2, he sent it back outside of the eBay return system. Number 3, he then filed a false item not as described claim, even though he broke the item and admitted that. And number 4, He then filed a charge back with his credit card company. I'm going to introduce you to the buyer, and I'm going to talk about the eBay return system from the point of view of a buyer, even though most of us are sellers. From a buyer's perspective, I think the eBay return system is very easy to use, but unfortunately, it's very easy to manipulate. You all know that any buyer can claim item not as described falsely and get away with it. Those are facts, irrefutable facts. As far as I'm concerned, you can throw out all the other evidence. The whole case rests on this. Anybody know where that's from? Probably not. But anyway, yeah. So, as a buyer, I think the eBay return system is very easy to use. A third grader could do it. So my question to you is, why do so many older people have problems? These 75-year-olds, 80-year-olds. Because once again, the bad buyer is a geriatric. Please, guys, don't hate on me and say, well, Joe, you got a thing for the old people. No, I don't. I just report the news. If the person was 20 years old, I would report that. All right? I would. I just report the news as it happens. All right? Don't shoot the messenger. So here's the timeline of what happened. It was probably 2 months ago, and I mentioned this on a video. I receive a box in the mail. I open it up, and it's a set of locks and keys for wire wheels. The guy broke the key, trying to use it for a purpose it's not intended. And he sends me a letter in big block, old person's printing. I think I showed it to you on a video 2 months ago, but I threw it out, so I don't have it anymore. Saying that the key broke while he was trying to install it on his vehicle, and that he broke it, and he wants a full refund. I took the box, look, I went, put it in file 13, and put it right out of my mind. I accept returns through the eBay return system for 30 days for any reason, even from this guy. That's the way it's going to be done. Okay? Anyone sends me something outside of the eBay return system gets no reply from me. And by the way, this person had 0 feedback and signed up to eBay specifically to buy my lock set. Maybe about a week after that, the old timer opens a return through eBay, falsely claiming item not as described. Now it's on, okay? Now the battle lines are drawn. He lied. He broke the key, trying to use it for a purpose that is not intended. So I sat back like this, look, and I said, I'm going to do nothing. I uploaded the tracking, okay? It shows it was delivered to him, so I have nothing to worry about. I want to see what's going to happen because the ball's in his court. He has to upload the return tracking information in order to get his money back. Okay? Now, do you think he saved it? Do you think he's smart enough to be able to upload the tracking? I don't think so. And of course, he wasn't. Had he uploaded the tracking, even though he lied about the item not as described case, by eBay rules, I would have to have given him a refund. Naturally, I would have taken a deduction at that time too, but that's neither here nor there because once again, he didn't follow rules. So as I said, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait for the case to time out because I know this guy is not going to have any tracking to upload. A week goes by and I get a message from eBay saying they have closed the return case because the buyer has now disputed the transaction with his financial institution. If this guy would have applied himself at the very beginning and returned the item through eBay, even if he would have claimed false item not as described, none of this would have happened. But there are some people that are out of step with society, and this is a perfect example. And if you want to come down on me for it, you go right ahead. I report the news as it is, and I have the right to say what I want. And I will. So, again, it's with his payment institution, so I said, well, I'll sit back and see what happens. And just the other day, I received a message from eBay saying his payment institution sided with me. With cute Joey. Let me just do a winning pose, if I may. Okay? Sorry, but I had to get that out of my system. Obviously, the financial institution probably said to him, hey, show us proof you sent the item back. And you know this guy's operating on 3 cylinders. He's not going to have that. Plus, he broke the item anyway. So, in this case, the good won out. Okay? This is why it is so important for all of you to only accept returns through the eBay return system. I do realize there are people abusing this system, like this guy claiming false item not as described. Deal with those on a case-by-case basis. Please, I implore you not to accept returns outside of the eBay return system. I know Dennis Coppa would agree with me, and a lot of you other guys would agree. Periodically, I'll see posts on Facebook where some sellers say they're going to accept a return outside of the eBay return system, and I think that's wrong because they're opening themselves up to trouble and they're losing their seller protection. One thing buyers cannot do, and some of you guys probably don't know this because a lot of people on Facebook don't know it, buyers are not allowed to refuse an eBay item saying, refused, return to sender, because they lose their buyer protections. That is the truth. That is gospel. Listen to cute Joey when he talks, okay? Everything has to be on the up and up, and there must be an electronic footprint of the whole transaction as it transpires. And that is one of the things I love about eBay, all right? They want to see everything. That's why I say with communications, keep it through the eBay contact system. Do not take it off the system. Do not allow people to email you. Do not allow them to call you. Rarely do I get anyone trying to email me outside of the system, but occasionally I do get the calls. Not a lot, but it does happen. It used to be much worse. All my transactions will be on the eBay contact system. Okay? Years ago, it was a big problem. People would call me up and get loud and obnoxious with me and say, why can't I return this to you over the phone? Why does it have to be through eBay? And I said to them, you bought it through eBay. You can return it through eBay. Luckily, that problem has more or less gone away. But that's something that used to be quite prevalent on the system. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns on eBay's return system, I'd like to hear about them. Let's talk a little bit about best offers now, because I've had several issues this week with best offers. Most recently, this morning, at approximately 7 a.m., a person sent me a best offer. Well, they didn't actually send it at 7 a.m. They sent it in the middle of the night, but I accepted it when I got up at 7 a.m. of $30 on a $40 item. eBay said I'd be paid right away, and I thought that was a fair price because it's a dog item, so I'm not worried about it. I accepted the offer. How long did it take me to get paid? Come on, guys, you know where I'm going with this, right? The answer is I haven't been paid. As of the making of this video, I have still not been paid for an offer I was promised immediate payment on at 7 a.m. And it's only $30 plus shipping. We're not talking big money here. Another problem I'm having with best offers is people sending me reasonable best offers. Let's say $35 on a $40 item, and then complaining about the shipping in the love note. You better adjust the shipping, or I want a better shipping price, or I want free shipping. Anytime they mention shipping in any way, it's an automatic block. But I write back to them first. And I always say the same thing. Your $35 offer was fair, and I was going to accept it until I saw your snarky comment about the shipping price. Therefore, you will not be getting this item, and I'm blocking you. You cannot question the shipping price. And that's exactly what I do. Decline and block. And I never hear from them again. Also on best offers, I made a little mistake yesterday. Thankfully, it worked out okay though, but when someone sends me a best offer on something, I never want to respond with a counter offer, and I'll tell you why. And I made the mistake yesterday. I had an item for $90, and a person sent me a best offer of $50. Unacceptable. They were local, right over here in Brooklyn, so I made a mistake and I sent them a counter offer of $75. And after I sent it, I said, "Oh, that was the wrong thing to do," because they could accept the offer now and they don't have to pay immediately. They have 4 days, which would tie up this item, which is a rare and popular item. So I facepalmed myself. I said, "Oh, Joe, what did you do?" Thankfully, a few hours later, a random eBayer, not the same guy, came in, sent me an offer of that amount, $75 with immediate payment required. I accepted his offer, got paid right away, and I shipped the item out yesterday. So thankfully it worked for me. I myself do not recommend sending counter offers. I just decline. If I don't like their offer, they usually go away. Occasionally, they will send me another offer, which is maybe $10 more than the first time, which is usually a win, but not always. So I'm just throwing that out there. It's something I want you guys to keep in mind. You don't have to do what I say. You do what works for you. But please keep in mind, I've been selling on eBay for 24 years, and I've done very, very well over that time. Rarely in my 24-year history have I come out here and moaned about slow sales, but I will tell you, it's been consistently slow the last maybe 3 or 4 months. I wasn't shut out at all this month, but guess what? Guess what? What day was it? I think it was Wednesday. You want to know how much money I made on eBay Wednesday? $15, 1-5, all day on eBay Wednesday. And the only reason I made the 15 was because a guy sent me a best offer on a $25 item, and he offered me $15. And I accepted it only because I didn't want to be shut out. $15. When's the last time that happened to any of you guys? How are your sales, by the way? We'd like to know. That being said, I think I've covered enough material for today. I'm hoping all of you guys watched the video I put out this morning regarding Facebook Marketplace scammers. If you haven't watched it, you really should. You need to protect yourself against these animals. Because guys, anyone that tries to scam someone, in my opinion, is an animal that walks on all fours. I really mean that. I have no respect for scammers whatsoever. So yeah, guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative, insightful, helpful, and even entertaining. Guys, I hope you make a lot of money on eBay this week. Rock on and peace.